welcome to the news today on Prosium Radio and Television. Today is February 19th, January 2024. I am Samuel Idoga. First a look at the headline. Gunmen invade army barracks in Kurudu, Abuja, kidnap popular businesswoman. Emefiele for fresh arrangements today in court. Super Eagles beat host Ivory Coast to boost AFCON credibility. Protests, clashes engulf Comoros' capital as President Assoumani wins fourth term. And now full details of the news. Gunmen on Thursday night invaded Hilltop Phase 2 extension of the Nigerian Army Post Housing Estate and kidnapped a popular businesswoman. Reports gathered that the heavily armed men invaded the area about 9 p.m., shooting sporadically to scare residents. It was gathered that despite the presence of the soldiers in the estate, the kidnappers went away with the woman through the hillside. A source told reporters that the kidnappers had targeted the victim's husband but missed him by a whisker. The source said, yesterday about 9 p.m., some kidnappers entered this estate and kidnapped a woman at the hilltop. The target was the husband, but he couldn't get him as he was not around. But unfortunately, as the woman was driving into the compound, they got her. They went away with her through the hills. Moving on. Federal government will today arraign a former Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) Governor Godwin Emefiele before a high court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on an amended 20-count charges. The amended charges dated January 17, 2024, were filed by the Council to the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Rotimi Oyedegbo, and 3 others on behalf of the Attorney General of the Federation (AGF). In August 2023, the government filed 6-count charge of the alleged fraudulent procurement against the former CBN governor. He pleaded not guilty to the charges and was granted bail by Justice Hamza Muazu on November 22, 2023. EFCC prosecutor Oyedepo confirmed the fresh arraignment bill for today before Justice Muazu. The amended charge contains new counts relating to fraudulent award of contract to Emefiele's wife, Omole Margaret, his brother-in-law, Omole Makombo, and other associates. In sport, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have boosted its credibility as one of the favorites to lift this year's African Cup of Nations following a 1-0 win over host nation Ivory Coast. Defender William Trust Ekong gave the Nigerian team a 1-0 lead from the penalty spot. In the 55th minute after a strike, Victor Osimhen was bullied by Ivorian defender in the penalty box. The Eagles matched the firepower of the host country in the game today, which was a contrasting performance from one against Equatorial Guinea on Sunday. Before the goal, both teams have had their chances, with the Nigerian team being most wasteful in front of the goal. Following a drab performance against Equatorial Guinea on Sunday, Nigerian fans feared that the Eagles might not make it past the group stage, but display against the Elephants today has again raised hope for solid outing in Ivory Coast. On the international scene, an overnight curfew has been imposed in the Indian nation of Comoros after violent protests against President Azali Assoumani re-election rocked the archipelago, an interior minister said. Assoumani won a fourth 5-year term after the country's electoral body on Tuesday declared him the winner of Sunday's election against 5 opponents. The army fired tear gas to disperse protesters in the streets of the capital, Moroni, on Wednesday, while protesters were still on the streets in the north of the capital in the early hours of Thursday. The Interior Minister announced a curfew On Wednesday, a Comorian government spokesperson blamed supporters of losing candidate for the protest. Up next is the entertainment news. Stella Maris, wife of Nollywood actor John Okafor, better known as Mr. Ibu, seems not yet done with her stepson and her husband's adopted daughter, Jasmine. Report had it that Maris had arrested Jasmine and her stepson last year over funds donated by Nigerians and the actor's colleague. Police recovered 50 million from their account before they were later released. In a new development, Maris has allegedly arrested them again after they refused to hand over everything, including the actor's social media account, to her. According to Tosin Silverman, Mr. Ibu wants all his properties to be put in his wife, Stella Maris' care. The two would allegedly be facing a law court today over their refusal to hand over all the things in their possession to his wife as their father had instructed. And with that, we end the news today on Prosium Radio and Television. I am Samuel Idoga. You can watch us on our YouTube channel at Prosium RTV. You can also get the latest news on our news website at www.prosiumnews.com. Do not forget to also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production crew, thanks for listening. And do remember to keep shining like the star you are.